updates. So a couple updates on the RX-7. So I got a couple new things for it. One of them being the foam intake filter. I also did a couple of electrical things. Have that light working? I noticed that this light wasn't working, so I just got a new bulb, and then I found out that the wiring that was just sitting freely over here. That's what that wiring was for, so I wired them up. Cleaned that up a little bit. And also did a complete coolant flush and refilled it with brand new coolant. So, oh, yes. And the biggest thing that I got fixed was this wheel. This is the wheel that was bent. I took it to BTI Wheels down in Salt Lake City, Utah. And they charged me about 80 bucks in tax, so 85 bucks. And you know, they had my wheel done in about an hour. There's only some minor bends in the barrel area of the wheel, and they got that done for me. So now we're going to take it out for a spin to see how it drives. And I already took it out once around the block, so this isn't exactly a first drive, but we'll just go ahead and call this the first drive video. So I'm going to hand this my phone over to my friend Tonio, and let's go for a spin. So those are completely busted, so I need to replace those. So yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of rattling from the window unless Tonio holds it. Is it not? There we go. All right, let's go. And I gotta find the wire for the coolant level sensor, because the coolant light's on, but there is no sensor in the car, so I need to ground that wire, but I need to find where the fuck that wire is. Issue I did notice already is that the yeah, I see it. Is that the speedometer gauge doesn't work. It works, but very poorly. Right now it's reading that we're going 80, 85 miles an hour, and it's going all wonky and shit. I would normally say that the alternator's bad, because that did happen to me already in my old SB. But the S4 alternator that's in the car tests perfectly good, so the speedometer is what's wrong. wasn't stock was the straight pipe that was welded to it. It had a muffler, but it was the mid pipe was just a straight pipe, and that was it. Doesn't seem to work. The temperature gauge doesn't seem to work. This has been idling for, I want to say, a good 5-ish to 8 minutes, and it hasn't gone up at all. And now we're driving, and in the FB it would have gone up at least a little bit by now. There's a lot of shit just blowing all over the place, just debris from the dash and all like dust particles from it sitting in the junkyard. I started driving it on the highway. And that thing sat since 2009. Started right up. I'll probably do a whole video on all the shit I had to go through with that RX-7. But yeah, I do still miss that car. I mean, it was gutless as hell, slower than shit, but it was able to beat a 2016 Dodge Dart in a straight line. So, you know, I'm not mad at that car at all, no matter how gutless it was. This thing is a shit ton faster than the FB, but you know, even with all the shit this thing has, kind of half and half between I wish it never happened, where I lost my FB because I did love that thing, and I don't miss it as much because now I have this, so I don't really have a whole lot to complain about. Most of the issues with the gauge cluster, the fuel gauge, the temp gauge, the speedometer gauge, all but the RPM gauge, which is kind of finicky too. Because yesterday when I drove this, there was a huge delay in when it actually started working. After I started driving it, it just wouldn't do anything. Then it started kicking in, then it worked. This time, started right up, started working right off the bat, and it was alright. So, what that tells me is that it could either be everything is wrong with it that goes to the gauge cluster, like the temperature, the fuel gauge, speedometer, everything is wrong, or just the gauge cluster is bad. So I went on eBay, I found another gauge cluster for an SA. It goes up to 138 miles an hour on the speedometer. 25 bucks shipped, and should have that sometime next week. So hopefully that fixes it. If not, then I have a lot more money to spend. I don't need those to actually drive it on the road legally, but whatever. So probably beginning next week or sometime next week I'll post some more update videos. But so far this thing, I don't want to say solid yet because I haven't driven it enough or really put any miles other than what you just saw. It feels solid, but I'm not going to say it's solid yet. I can't judge that yet. Oh well. That's my Junkyard SA22C. First drive, kinda, because it's really the second drive. Okay, see ya.